This is a challenge for me. I would just say this. My name is Kevin. I'm Assistant Chief here at South Oldham. Welcome on behalf of Chief Turner, all the firefighters that are here, and all the community members, folks that have worked with Chief for so long. Thank you so much for being here. I have a lot of folks here. Wow. The reason this is a challenge is because Chief Turner does not like to be recognized. Picked up on that? He is the most humble guy I think I've probably ever met. But we're going to have to take a minute to do that. So I'm just going to ask you, and you can say no, and I'm okay. Would you be okay if I'm sitting up here in the chair? Would you be okay? Woo! First on our agenda is Judge Vogel. So welcome Judge Vogel today.
What a great crowd here today. Wonderful to see everybody packed in here to honor a really great guy, Eddie Turner. In the history of our county over the years, there have been many people who have served in one capacity to another, and we appreciate all these people who give their time and effort and their leadership to whatever it is they're interested in doing. But sometimes, on occasion, there are people that actually rise higher than most, sometimes higher than all. And I might compare this to Mount Everest. You know, when we go somewhere, we see mountains and we know that mountains are high, but I believe, unless something's changed in geography here, that Mount Everest is the highest mountain out there, correct? And there are occasionally people make it to the top of Mount Everest, and we recognize them. In the history of fire services, there have been some people who have made it to the top of Mount Everest, and Eddie Turner is one of those. A man who's given 46 years of dedication to this fire department, is a person of outstanding leadership, character, integrity, and service. And there aren't sometimes enough words to really put it all together to say thank you in the most appropriate way we can. Your friends and neighbors, other firemen, have gathered here today to recognize a very quiet, humble, but strong leader, someone who has given his time, effort, and talents to our community for a very long time. And as I went through the years as county judge, I began thinking about what could the fiscal court do to actually appropriately recognize someone who makes it to the top of the mountain. And, there are different forms of recognition that come out, but we've created one special form, and I'm happy to present that today. I'm going to bend over here for just a second. I'm going to reach in here, and Eddie, if you stand up, I'd like to present you today with the award we call the Spirit of Oldham County. This is a bronze statue. It's a unique item. It's a perfect replica of the statue on the courthouse lawn of Colonel William Oldham, who was a pioneer in his day, and you're a pioneer and a leader in your day, and you deserve this recognition. So on behalf of the fiscal court, I hope you will accept this and enjoy it and look at it and remember that you were appreciated sincerely for everything you've done in our community.
Thank you, Judge.
That's kind of heavy, so you got to be careful with it. Yeah.
All right. I don't know why I ask questions like that. Should know better. We're going to open this up now. Actually, I'm going to start with one. Don't leave. Actually, we may see Judge Vogel back up here before we're done today. But I want to ask, first of all, probably, I don't know, you may be the one that's worked with him the most. I don't know. But I'm going to ask Dennis Dybel to come up, or stand up, whatever you want to do, Dennis, and make a few comments, and then everybody else be thinking about it, because we're going to allow you to do the same. We're gonna have memories shared. Share some. She's getting nervous now. Share some memories if we can, but Dennis, we can start with you. Is that okay?
As long as you make Freddie Baker sing. Thank you, Kevin. Eddie, you've come a long way, baby. I can remember when he first joined the department 46, 47 years ago as a volunteer, and worked his way up through the ranks and took over as the chief, as only the third chief of South Oldham Fire Department in 72 years now. Did an excellent job with the transitioning from a volunteer department to a full-time paid crew, as well as volunteers on hand. Oversaw the construction of this fire station, managed all of the new equipment, getting new equipment here as needed, and I served as his board president until last Monday night. I finally retired from that position, but I always knew I was in good hands. If you surround yourself with people you can trust, and you don't care who gets the credit, why, you can do a good job. And Eddie didn't care who got the credit. He just wanted this department to continue to move forward and be the best, one of the best in this whole region. And you've done an excellent job. It's been a pleasure to work with you, and you'll still be on the board with us, and hope you'll continue to help promote this department and move it forward as you've done for the past 40-something years. So, congratulations.
He's heavy. You're right. Use my right hand on that one. All right. The floor is yours as the Spirit moves you. Who's next?
You know what? You said Spirit, so I'm going to go. I'm the chaplain for South Oldham Fire Department, happy to do so. When I came on board, Chief said, "We've never had a chaplain." That would be kind of nice. So I came on board, and all I wanted to do is be the servant of the servants, and kind of follow your lead, Chief, servant of the servants. And you've embraced me, and I say thank you for that. I'll never forget your opening arms to me, and I think it's fitting that I'm in front of an ambo here that has a cross on it, because if your faith life leads you to that, I'd like you to extend your hand so we can actually all bless Chief right now. So, good and gracious Lord, we say thank you to Chief Turner, the servant of the servants. We ask you to bless he and his family, keep them healthy, keep them safe. Let them know the good that they've done in this world. I just smile when I think about you, Chief. I ask the Lord to hold a special place in his heart for you, and to keep you always in his midst. May you stay true to your call, because even though this call ends, a new call is about to begin. And with all your friends, with all your comrades, with all your colleagues, with all your family, we are here to say we love you and we bless you, Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Congratulations, Chief.
Everyone, I'm Jerry Nart. I'm currently the Director of Emergency Management for Oldham County. But my roots go back, I'm not originally from Oldham County. I am from Jefferson County. Don't hold that against me. But I got here in 1982, September of 1982, as a state trooper, having just finished a 3-year tour in Harlan County. Now, at that time, in '82, here in this county, we had 7 troopers and 7 Oldham County police officers. one of which was the chief, and he didn't get out. So in essence, we had 13 officers that patrolled the whole county. I would talk to Jim Morris via scanner. We put single channel scanners so we could talk back and forth. We didn't have the radio system we have today. But it was very refreshing to me to get here after a tour in Harlan County, that when I was out there and I needed police, fire, and EMS, the crews led by people like Chief Turner were on their way. It didn't take me long from the time I worked that first wreck and saw South Oldham Fire Department showing up, Chief Turner at the helm, that I didn't have the same concerns as I did down in Appalachia of working wrecks down there. So they've always been a class act, and that's mostly due to the leadership they've had, because the crew is great too. But Chief Turner, that's a credit to you. And thank you for making my life and job easier. So, thank you.
Alrighty, a lot of you guys know this man as Chief, but I know him as my grandfather. And I just want to thank him for filling the void that was in my grandmother's heart and our family's heart. And one of the best men to walk on this earth. Love you, Eddie.
Miss me? My name is Holly. I was part of the auxiliary. No photos. Oh, I got that going. Okay. So I met Teresa 8 years ago, and I'm a little nervous here. Anyway, she had the auxiliary started, and we grew from there. And Chief, your support for the auxiliary just helped us grow and get better and stronger so we could help you do your jobs better. And I'm going to cry, so I just want a hug.
Ain't a whole lot of y'all know me, but the ones that do just don't say anything about it. I've known Eddie all of those 47 years he's been here, and then some, I think, because he's down the street at one of the other fire departments for a while, too, that I hang around at. And I remember, let's see, let me think of the right story that's suitable for this audience. Children. Darn, and children. Yeah. Well, here's one. When I was a captain on the St. Matthews Fire Department about 400 years ago, and we had bought this brand new Mack pumper, and man, it was state of the art. It was gorgeous, and South Oldham was on the market for a new pumper, and on Tuesday night at training, in walks Eddie and Dennis, I think, and Bob, and a couple others, and so I got the privilege of showing them around this new fire engine that I was so proud of, and you know, they looked at it and climbed on it. We took it for a spin and came back, and lo and behold, they ordered one that was even better. And just for you today, Eddie, it's parked out on the front ramp. I think you might want to take a drive in it before you leave today. So, but whatever you do, don't scratch it. But no, it's been my honor and privilege to be Eddie's friend and a brother firefighter and a chief serving in the same county. And there were so many times that he stepped up to the plate and helped us out at North Oldham and helped me out personally. And I'll forever be grateful to him for all of that, his friendship and his support and everything that he's done. And you're right, several of you said he is truly a great man. I can attest to that 100%. He's a fine, humble, awesome man, and it has been a tremendous, outstanding leader. I mean, I've seen South Oldham leap forward many bounds and do some excellent things, and that's a testament to his leadership. He's a great man, and I know the fire service will miss him, but he'll still be around. And welcome to the rank of the retired old farts, Eddie. It's a pleasure to have you on board. So.
My name is Michael Morgan. I joined Worthington Fire Department in 1980, and I was there 16 years before I went to North Oldham for a couple of years, and then I've been in Northern Kentucky since. But 99.
Yeah.
That's right, 23 and a half years. But anyway, real quick, all those years at Worthington, and we shared some runs and that with South Oldham, and I had a very brief stint as a member of South Oldham, but Eddie has been one of those staples of the fire service for me in my 42 years in the service. If I think back on all the folks that I've come across or worked with or been a part of or had chats, I'd stop by here every once in a while and we'd sit and talk. He always comes to the top for me as a mentor and as somebody. I told him a while ago, he's the Oldham County Fire Service icon. Yeah, congratulations, and it's a great job well done. We played football in St. Aloysius field, and we've all kinds of stuff over the years. That was a long, long time ago. How are you, Chief?
All right.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's he's done a fantastic, wonderful job in the transition of what's going on. So, congratulations, Chief.
I'm Susan, I'm Eddie's sister, and I can remember when he started on the fire department. I'm going to cry. This today ends an era in the Davis family, as in the fire departments. Our grandfather was at Pee Wee. Our mother ran the radio when she was a teenager at Pee Wee, and he came to South Oldham. And one story I can tell you is I remember Dennis getting on him one time because going up Kavanaugh Road too fast. Somebody had called on him. And so he wasn't too happy about that. But one of the coolest things also I can remember is he had a Gran Torino, and putting that light on that Gran Torino and going to a fire was pretty cool back in the day. And the EMS runs were hard on him because Eddie was a carer, or is a carer. He wants to help people. And he just didn't know if he could do the EMS runs, but he did. And the pride I have for him, I'm telling him now before. And I know our mother would too. Thank you.
I know that most of your cards and things like that are out there, but at direction of my chief, he wanted me to come up here because, you know, he doesn't move around quite as quick as everybody else, so it'll take him a little while. Are you making it up, Chief? Come on. Come on. There you go.
I've been on the department LaGrange since '76, so I've known Chief Turner or Eddie Turner for an awful long time. And I can never remember seeing Eddie without a cigar. He doesn't smoke them, but he's always got a cigar. So we found out where he gets his stash at. And so Eddie, on behalf of the LaGrange command staff, here's a week's supply of cigars. Actually, it's 50 cigars, but we're making about a week. So he's the only man I've ever seen, he doesn't smoke. He always has a cigar in his mouth.
Chief? Well, I've known this guy for a little bit. I started volunteering at South when I was 15 going on 16 because I couldn't behave at home. And so I was brought up to the firehouse for further supervision, and I was hooked on it at that point in time. Throughout high school and in college, Chief, you've always been a great leader and a great mentor for me. And I'll never forget, he actually came to my high school graduation. We had a party at the house. Then we went down to Freedom Hall or something in downtown Louisville. And so before the party at the house, we'd made a fatal accident that day. So everybody at the accident managed to get clear of the scene and back to the house. And of course, Chief was there. And my mom had just had her deck rebuilt at the house. And I am surprised that my own fire chief showed up to my graduation party from high school. And he takes 2 or 3 steps down the deck and falls through the deck board and into the deck stringer. And we thought we'd lost him and the whole building had collapsed. And but he managed to live through that, and I never heard the end of that for a few more years. And I probably still won't. But Eddie, I love you, and thank you for everything.
On behalf of the Oldham County Fire Chiefs Association, Steve Fonte. Chief Fonte.
On behalf of the Fire Chiefs Association, we'd like to present Chief Turner with appreciation for his many years of service. Chief has always been a mentor. He not only represents South Oldham, but he's represented Oldham County on a whole slew of different things. We've got a lot of policies and procedures put in place that Chief Turner and his command staff have been a big part of. So on behalf of the Fire Chiefs Association, we thank you for your support and your supervision on a lot of things. Thank you, Steve. Thank you.
Next up, and you know what? As many of you guys want to come up as you can. But Lily, where are you? Come on up.
Sit back down, Chief. You're not done. You're not done. My name is Lillian Davis, and I am the most greenest and inexperienced firefighter in the room. I have not even been with the department for a whole year yet, so this is feeling a little bit like an initiation prank on me, being up here, but it's an honor nonetheless. So, I'm going to just give you a snippet of my background. I have been a stay-at-home wife and mother for the last 17 years, and then I had a midlife crisis and decided I wanted to become a firefighter. It's been hands down the best decision that I have ever made. I grew up with 8 brothers and 3 sisters in a hot-blooded, stubborn, prideful household with egos that just went in every direction. I was raised by a man who was still and calm and quiet and oh so wise. He was my best friend. He was my hero. So, I am a first-generation firefighter in my family. Everything that I know about this world, or everything about this world, is foreign to me, which is why I stick my nose in the books as often as I can, because there's literally lives on the line, and I take that seriously. I feel very unqualified to be the one chosen to present this to you today, Chief, but it's an honor, and there are hundreds of people who could stand in my stead and do it more deservingly. But then, I think maybe because this is a new world to me, I can come in here with fresh eyes and see what you have created exactly how it is. You have created a family here within these walls, a family big enough to fit everybody's uniqueness, everybody's differences, and honor everybody's contributions. From day one, I have been surrounded by amazing, invested, hot-blooded, stubborn, ego-driven firefighters, and it makes me feel right at home. Just like my brothers and sisters, even as often as we disagreed, I knew that every single one of them would drop everything at a hat if I ever needed help. And that's exactly what you've created here as well. Literally everyone here will drop everything when someone is in need. You have run a home of excellence here and pride. Every one of your firefighters is so proud to be a part of your family. I only wish that I would have taken the opportunity to learn how to polish silver from you. My favorite thing about you, Chief, is your quiet nature. You're still and calm like my dad was. You understand the power of this kind of leadership. Your years of wisdom and experience speak for themselves. You are surrounded with love and reverence and respect from everyone. Your presence will always remain in these halls. So with that, I present to you on behalf of all of your firefighters, this flag and this.
Jason, where's Jason? I think he helped make that, and then everybody signed that flag as well, by the way. So he's got a lot of nice comments on that flag. All right, I think next up is us. So Chief, come on. Yeah, it's up over here. And so this is being presented to the Chief on behalf of the entire department and the board, by the way. Board of Directors, come up here, Chief. Come on up here. All of us kind of put our heads together and thought, what can we make sure the Chief remembers all of us by? So this is on behalf of the entire department, Chief. And this is what we're going to present to you. We had to go out to your car and steal this from your car a few minutes ago. But this is being presented. And as you can see here, down below is our, what do we call it again?
Challenge coins.
What's that?
Challenge coins.
Challenge coins and yeah,
Legend of the Coat of Arms.
Legend of the Coat of Arms. So this is the entire Legend of Coat of Arms from South Oldham Fire, listed down here, Chief Turner. They initially had, and thank God I caught it in the proof, 1944. One of those things where you look right past it, and we changed it to the real years, 1994. So this is being presented to you on behalf of the former Chief. But we're not done quite yet. Does anybody else want to say anything before we move on to this last presentation, and then we'll kind of send you forth, because we got one more presentation to make here before we move on. Anybody else that we missed that you thought about? Darn it, I should have said that. Nobody? Okay. With that said, we're going to bring Judge Vogel back up one more time, and then we're going to go back out. We're going to go for pictures. Okay. So Judge, come on up.
I didn't come with one award today, I came with two. There's been a lot of great remarks and very true and sincere remarks made about Eddie, and we thank you for everything. I mean, I think the sincerity in this room is overwhelming. Last year, when I thought about trying to have a special award for special people in our community, came upon the idea of creating an exact replica of the statue on the courthouse lawn. Wasn't easy to do. I had to learn something about 3D printing, and then I had to find a mold maker and a foundry in Florida that would make these statues for us. But we've got it done, and so I have a few of them in the office, and I'm happy to bring forward a second one today. The second one is actually, to be perfectly honest, the very first one I planned on giving out. But there were a couple of things happened along the way before I could give it out. And that is that we've had two outstanding individuals, very eminently deserving individuals, retire. That's Eddie Turner today and Bob May at Ballardsville. Both with outstanding records, outstanding service, and so on. But today, I've been looking for an opportunity to present this award to someone who served this community as mayor for 45 years without a dime as compensation, and also has been part of this fire department for 61 years as we stand here today. So I'd like to present this second Spirit of Oldham County award to Mayor Dennis Dybel. It says on here, Mayor Dennis Dybel, 45 years, and South Oldham Fire Department service since 1963. We couldn't put an end date on there because their end date hadn't gotten here yet. So Dennis, will you come forward and get this, please?
wasn't expecting
I
that.
don't. I don't. I did ask Sarah if it'd be okay if I gave this out today because I'm not trying. I don't want to take any of the shine off Eddie's day. It's not intended, but she said Eddie and Dennis have been the best of friends for as long as anyone can remember, and will always be that way. So she didn't think that I would be discounting anything here. So.
Well, certainly thank you, and Eddie, it's been a pleasure working with you. We've been together a long time, and we've had, this thing's too heavy. We've had a couple of disagreements, but we've always been able to work our way through them and keep moving forward. But thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I hope I've got another 61 years that I can devote to the community. So thank you.
One of those disagreements was when Chief decided to make an assistant chief, probably. And, all right. We're going to wrap up with a few final comments from Chief Turner. We're going to do a picture.
I don't know how many comments. I don't know what to say. This is really, I'm impressed. I just want to thank everybody. I got grandkids, great grandkids here, sister, brother. Thank you all. But one person I want to thank more, my wife, Margaret. And one other person I started all this firefighting business years ago, and there's one person that pushed me along and helped me. It's Charlie Davis. He it's a lot different back those days with Charlie Davis. He didn't believe in air packs or none of that stuff, so just get in there and take care of the fire and get done. So thank you, Charlie.